Hi, I'm James Barry, and this is my life story about revolutionizing medicine and saving countless lives while having all odds against me. I was born in 1789, when I was formerly known as Margaret Ann Bulkley. I grew up in Cork, Ireland, and I was born a girl in a society where women were heavily biased against. But I was too smart and full of desire to help people to let that stop me. When I was in my late teens, my family experienced financial difficulty and I moved to London to live with my uncle James Barry. While living with Uncle Barry, I met General Francisco de Miranda and the Earl of Bouchon, David Stewart Erskine, who recognized my intelligence and helped me begin a career in medicine. Uncle Barry unfortunately died in 1806, but with this death brought a great opportunity for me. I decided to change my name, clothes, lifestyle, and apply to medical school with the inheritance Uncle Barry left for me. Margaret Ann Bulkley was no longer my name, and my name and identity became James Barry.
With this rare opportunity in front of me, I quickly moved to Edinburgh and got my degree in medicine at the young age of 22. In 1813, I enrolled in the British military as a hospital assistant, where my intellect was quickly recognized and I became an assistant staff surgeon. While in the military, I was stationed in South Africa. I worked tirelessly there as a social reformer, speaking for the vulnerable in society and against the unsanitary conditions of the military prisons and asylums. An example of this is when I arranged a better water system for Cape Town while simultaneously treating all people from all walks of life. On top of all this, my greatest contribution at Cape Town was when I became the first European doctor to carry out a successful C-section. This popularized the previous traditional African medical practice and introduced it to the West, thereby saving the lives of countless mothers and children, even to this day. I kept on climbing the military ladder and helping the vulnerable along the way, when in 1857 I reached the rank of Inspector General. With this newfound position, I fought for proper sanitation, better food, and proper medical care for British soldiers, as well as for prisoners and lepers until my very last days.
Sadly, on July 25th, 1865, at the age of 76, James Barry died of dysentery. His last wishes were to be buried in the clothes he died in and without his body being washed. These wishes were disregarded, and a nurse undressed the body, discovering James Barry was biologically a female. This caused a huge scandal in Victorian England, but the doctor who signed James Barry's death certificate said that it was not my business whether Barry was male or female. Throughout the majority of his life, James Barry lived as a man not only in the professional workplace, but also, more importantly, in private. Even upon his death, Barry wanted to be considered a man. James Barry not only successfully transitioned in an extremely patriarchal and transphobic society, but also prospered, climbing the ranks of the British military while simultaneously protecting the lives of those that are underprivileged and saving many mothers' lives. So, the next time you hear about the C-section, aid to the vulnerable, or a life story of someone overcoming tremendous odds to achieve greatness, remember James Barry, the trans doctor who saved countless lives while overcoming immense personal and societal issues. Disclaimer: Dr. Barry's life has been intentionally ignored or ridiculed by society and historians, especially in the Victorian times, where he lived. Therefore, the information in this video is subjected to change as historians dove deeper into the life of this complex and life-saving doctor.